Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice, just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of GameStop, ticker symbol GME. And so I had previously gone over this stock on, let's see, November 22nd, which is this red candle here where it closed right around this white trend line that I went over in that video. Which I will include a link to at the end of this one so you can get a better idea of where all of these technical levels come from. But so I just wanted to do a follow-up because of this big move the past few days, followed by, this pullback. And so one thing I want to point out quickly is that with the RSI, you can see that higher lows have been formed while lower lows were formed in the stock price, with the exception of this one candle and tail that came down on November 13th, which kind of breaks that lower low trend. But, kind of if we exclude that, if we round it out, lower lows in the price and higher lows in the RSI means bullish divergence, and then following that had this big move up. So I think that's pretty cool. I did have these lines, these colored lines highlighted in that video, $14, $16, and $18, which I thought would be significant levels of resistance and or support. As we can see that on, between November 28th and 29th, gapped up above the yellow line here with a close above $16, and having a close at $16.25. I added this white dashed line to the chart here, which goes back in time to a point that's important. I'll go over in a minute. But yeah, it looks like we do now have a gap to the downside at $13.55. And so my hope is that before earnings, which is going to be on December 6th, which is Wednesday, and they're occurring after hours. My hope is that this gap is filled prior to earnings with a tail coming down and a close above $14. I think that would be a really good sign if it were to fill that gap so there's less desire, less need to go down, and then to consolidate at 14 for hopefully a continuation upwards following earnings, ideally with a close above either $16 or $16.25 for then further continuation to $18, which I do think will be resistance, but if we can break above it, I think that will be significant support as well. And so just zooming out, we can see that the orange line is based on these lows, a near touch point here, and actually that touch point, there is actually a tail of that candle that comes down that intersects with 1625. And so I do feel that 1625 is going to be more significant than 16, even though 16 is a round number. And then looking at 18, that goes back to this point with a test of that before a gap up, test as support here, resistance more recently. And so I do think that if we can get a pullback, a fill of this gap and consolidation above 14 before earnings, I think that could be a really good sign for GameStop. But, if you'd like to learn more about these lines, I'll include a link here to that other video. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching.